In a world where Dyson has so many different models, what about the Dyson V9? Because the Dyson V9 looks just like the Dyson Digital Slim, except it's going to be a little taller. And if you're looking at the body here, it also looks very much like the Dyson V12, except it's going to be a different color. So what's the difference between the Dyson V9, the V12, the Dyson Digital Slim, V8, and the other Dyson cordless stick vacuums? Well, let's talk about that. Where Dyson did make a slight change is that the V9 will come in a darker gray than what we have on the Digital Slim. The Digital Slim was in a lighter gray, but they're going to be the same. Now, another thing that you can easily check for is what about the battery? Are the batteries going to be interchangeable? Take out the battery for our V9. This is going to be the battery for our Dyson Digital Slim. And we'll plug this in. Into place, and yep. So you can clearly see the difference in the wand length between the Dyson V9 and the Dyson Digital Slim, because if I just zoom out a little, the V9 is going to be much longer. That's about 4 inches compared to your Dyson Digital Slim. And your Dyson V9 will also come with the anti-tangle screw attachment, which is along the lines with other Dysons, but you're also getting the crevice tool and the dusting brush. And if you remember my review of the Dyson Digital Slim, I returned mine, and I told everybody that I returned it because for me, I'm 6'4", it was just too small for me, it wasn't enough power. So Dyson has come out and fixed one of the biggest issues with the Dyson Digital Slim by increasing the overall height of your Dyson Digital Slim and now calling it the Dyson V9. Because the V9 is going to have the same 100-watt motor you get in the Digital Slim. It has the same 120,000 RPM hyperdynium motor functions that you get in the Dyson Digital Slim. Even the components basically look almost identical, if not identical, across the board, including the weight. So both of them are going to weigh 4.6 pounds. But the new Dyson V9 is going to be about 3.5 inches taller. So what that means is that if you are taller, this is going to feel more natural to you than the smaller Dyson Digital Slim, because this is the model that they brought from Southeast Asia. And this was really geared for people who live in Southeast Asia, not in the States or Europe like we see on the Dyson V9. So but how did Dyson do it? And this is where you really start seeing the parallels. So this is going to be our Dyson V12. And if I put the Dyson V12 and the V9 side by side, I got the Dyson Detect brush here on my V12. The V12 is going to have 150 air watts and it's going to weigh 5.4 pounds. So it's going to be heavier because the motor is going to be heavier and more powerful. But what I noticed is that if I compare them side by side, the wand on my V9 now is the same wand in terms of the thickness and the size as my V12. And to put it in more perspective for you, if I detach the wand to my V12 and I detach this, I'm going to exchange the wand from my V12 to my Digital Slim, and it is secure in place. But it will not have enough power to really spin up the Detect brush roll, not like what you would get like if you did it here. So if I just take my Dyson V9, attach it to my V12, and I turn it on, and this has a button, it fully powers up. So these parts are interchangeable. This part between the V9 and the V12 are exactly the same. There's no difference here. Even if you look at the colors and the build quality, if you didn't have the name on it, you would swear they're the same exact piece. And if you take a look at their attachments, the attachment sizes and everything are going to be the same. It just doesn't have the same power levels. And if we compare even our Dyson Digital Slim, right, we're taking our Dyson Digital Slim's wand as well as the motor bar, and then I attach it to the Dyson V9, it's basically made for it because they're the same. And that's the biggest thing about the Dyson V9. It is not a new model. It is the Dyson Digital Slim rebranded that's going to be longer because they changed the wand size to the wand on your Dyson V12. So there's no new technology here. It's really just an improvement by making it bigger, which was our primary complaint of the Dyson Digital Slim.
So the follow-up question for me is, how does the Dyson V9 compare to the Dyson V8? Because this is my Dyson V8, and the Dyson V8 is widely considered the most popular Dyson floor vacuum you can get. It's not going to be the most powerful, but it's going to be 115 air watts. It's going to weigh just about 5.4, 5.6 pounds. So overall, it's pretty light. The balance is nice, and it's going to be easy to maintain and clean in the long run. But if you're looking at the Dyson V8, it's going to have a much thicker wand as well as a thicker hose than what you get on your V9. The other thing, if you look at the motors, and you're just looking at the respective motors for your Dyson V9 and your V8, you notice that your V8 is going to be coming with a filter up top that you can pop off. And this filter is going to be removable if you opt to remove it. And it also has a different way to empty the bin by pulling it up here, than emptying the bin on your Dyson V9 by lowering it down. So that's a different mechanism. And if you're comparing them side by side, the V8 is going to be more powerful. It's also coming with a different filter system. So this filter is going to be smaller than what you get with the V9. Because you can put them side by side, you can see how much bigger the V9's filter is than the V8's filter.
And your Dyson V8 does not have any display. What you have is that you'll have max and regular mode up top. So you can turn it on regular or max, and then you have a trigger to activate it on.
And finally, outside of the power, the biggest difference is really going to be in the battery. So your Dyson V9 is going to be coming with a removable battery, and this removable battery is rated with 2500 milliampere hour charge. It's also going to be replaceable and easy to reinsert inside your V9. Your V8s, they do not come with a removable battery. There will be a new V8 that has a removable battery, as well as if you have versions of the Dyson Absolute. That comes with a soft brush, as well as a regular anti-tangle brush. That's in contrast to the Dyson V9, which only comes either with the submarine attachment, or it's going to be coming with the plain anti-tangle brush.
I'm just going to drop some crumbs on the floor, as you can see. We got a lot of different debris that we're going to spread across our floors. That's including hair. So this is on the Dyson V9. Let's see how it performs. And in eco mode, the Dyson V9 is able to pick up all of the surface material, but it doesn't get much deeper than that. And if you do the overhead view, you can see that it does miss out on certain crumbs. So next, what I'm going to do is that I'm going to empty out the dustbin. You can see that just in that, the dustbin is completely full. But at the same time, our floors might still be dirty here. So I'm going to run it again on normal mode and see if I can pick any more crumbs up. And I'm not going to use this right now, so we're going to put it to the side. So that's how much on eco. This is actually how much we have on medium mode. And now we're going to try it again one more time on max. We're going to do this one more time on max. The Dyson V9 will feel 2x more powerful than on eco mode. So on max, it was also able to pick up a lot of debris on its own. And you can see the varying levels of suction power. So that's eco, medium, and that's going to be on max. So we're going to do the same area that we ran on the Dyson V9 with the Dyson V8. We're going to put it on max mode. Let's see how the results are. All right, so that's on our Dyson V8. And we ran it on max mode, same area that we ran 3 times with our Dyson V9. Put up. And that's how much our Dyson V9 missed on this carpet rug right here. So don't think that 100 air watts is going to be the be-all. Even on max, at 115, you still get a lot of pickup. So this is how much the Dyson V9 picked up in eco, and then we had it on medium, and this is how much it picked up on max. But once we went to our Dyson V8, this is how much it picked up on max. So the V9 didn't pick up everything as we had hoped. It picked up a lot of it, but not all of it, and the V8 came and finished the job. Side by side, the Dyson V8 and V9 will operate similarly, but even on normal mode, you will feel increased suction power on your Dyson V8. it will be a little bit harder to push forward. It's going to have a tighter seal on the floor, and that's even though it's only about 10% more powerful than what you see on your V9. The V9 does give you that display, so you know what your battery levels are, and you can see the results there are the same. And both did a pretty good job in regular medium mode. Now we're going to try it on max mode, see how the performance changes. And aligned with all of our previous results, the V8, when you push it and you put it on max mode, is definitely going to feel more powerful. You will definitely feel the increased performance. It even sounds like the tank is going to be filling up faster because of how much more noise in terms of the debris hitting inside of the bin is relative to your V9. It just feels like it's getting deeper into the carpet fibers, and you have to put a little bit more effort to pushing it. But in terms of overall use, if you're trying to figure out, well, is 4.6 pounds much lighter than 5.6 pounds? No, they're going to feel pretty comparable in my opinion between the two. The Dyson's V9's performance for hard floors is going to more closely mirror what you already get on your Dyson V8. It's going to be identical to what we already have on our Dyson Digital Slim, so that you're really going to be focused on the power and effectiveness of the brush roll. The overall amount of suction power does not have to be as great as what you would need to get very good solid pickup on a carpet or rug, because there's nowhere for the dirt to hide inside of the fibers. But because there's no open gates on the motor bar, you will have to go over certain areas repeatedly, especially if there's going to be big clogs or a large amount of hair. And when you get a little bit more close up, the anti-tangle brush is also going to do a great job in removing all of the tangles, but it's not going to be perfect. So if you get something that's going to be like 2-foot long human hair, it will eventually get tangled around the roller, as you see on the left side here. But I would not say that the roller bar is any different from the roller bar you would find on any of the more premium Dyson models. So ultimately, what's my verdict on the Dyson V9 Motorbar? How does it compare to the other Dysons, as well as is it gonna be a unit I keep when I returned my Dyson Digital Slim? And my assessment is that if you're looking for the Dyson name, you're looking for the Dyson shape, you're looking for when people come to your house and they know you are using a Dyson cordless stick vacuum, the V9 will be the most affordable option. It's now, because of the bigger size, it looks just like the more expensive Dysons. It's going to have similar components, and it's not going to be difficult to clean because you can remove the tank bin, you can remove the filters, you can clean the cyclones just by removing some screws. But it's not going to have the same functions that you get on the more premium Dyson models.
And if we're talking about which one is going to be the better buy between the Dyson V8 and the Dyson V9, I think this one is going to be a much more obvious answer. The Dyson V8, because of how it has been engineered, because of the longevity of this model, because now it is going to be coming with versions with that removable battery, there's no real justification to be getting the V9. The only real reason you will be checking out the V9 is because of its value proposition. It's really light. It's not going to have the same suction power as the V8, because even though the V8 on paper might just be 10-15% more powerful because it's 100 air watts versus 115 air watts, when you're vacuuming the floors, the V8 will feel a lot more powerful. And overall, I feel like the weight distribution on the V9, because it's lighter, is going to be just one of the lightest, most powerful cordless vacuums you can get. But if you're trying to ask me, is it going to be a very good vacuum for carpets or rugs? That's where it's not going to be that great. And that's where, if you're trying to compare it to the Dyson V8, the Dyson V8 will outperform it. Because at the very least, that 115 air watts on carpet and rugs on max mode here, right, on max, it is going to still be able to perform just as well as a majority of your upright vacuums. So that means a corded vacuum like a Shark Navigator. On your Dyson V9, the drawback is that when you're using it, and even if you have this on max power, it still feels a little bit weaker than what you would get in a normal upright vacuum. So I can't justify spending $250 on sale for the Dyson V9 over the $280 you might pay for a Dyson V8 on sale, or even $300. And paying $50 more for the Dyson V8, in my opinion, is definitely worth it than paying $250 for the Dyson V9. So with that, thanks for watching, everybody. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comment box below, and please hit that like or subscribe button. It really does help support our channel. And I'll catch you next time. Today with the French Glow signing off. Bye, bye, bye.